is 55 TV, and we are with GAIA, who the last time we saw was in Miami. Yeah. And obviously, by the way we're dressed, we're not in Miami now.
No.
You were one of the first people you were the first person we interviewed when we got to Miami, and we're all very new to what we were doing with 55 TV. It's really great to see you, and it's great to have you in London. How have you been doing?
I've been really good. Actually, this show is going to be a document, essentially, of a final conclusion of since I last saw you guys, which is about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Half of that time I've spent on the road. I've maybe only spent a couple months in Baltimore, which was for the Open Walls project. So we did a huge mural project inviting people like Maya Hayek and Swoon and Over Under, Evervilles, and the like. Many people who were actually featured in Wynwood Walls came to Baltimore to paint some stuff, and so I was really wrapped up doing about 3-4 months of that. Since then, it's just been traveling from Baltimore down to Indonesia and Bangkok, Jakarta specifically, Bali, Lombok, and then coming through Buenos Aires, painting in Buenos Aires for Fábrica Recuperada, an occupied factory, and then swinging down to South Africa, spending time in Johannesburg and Cape Town for a project called Acrylic Walls. Spent about a month and a half there painting 5 or 6 big walls in both of those cities, and then finally wrapped everything up by dropping back through London, but only briefly, painting in Newcastle, dipping down to Rome, Bologna, Milan, Foligno, and after Rome, finally having the show here.
Right.
And so what you'll see are these drawings that really will tell you what I've been up to the last time I saw you guys.
Yeah. Man, that's been a trip. It's been fun and it's been hectic, and it's all been going good. Yeah. Any negatives to this on the road so much?
No, I've been really blessed to be linking up with people who are truly unbelievable.
Yeah.
Some of the people that I love the most in the world, I've been able to finally visit and see in their hometown. I stayed at Sten and Alexa's house, but unfortunately they were in China the entire time doing a show at Magda Dice, so I was just in their apartment. But, being able to hang out with the roommates, being able to paint some anti-fascist graffiti in Rome and some slogans, and just getting moments of these occupied movements in Milan, had a big demonstration for Dax Vive, and going from a very comfortable situation like that, or a very comfortable situation in Cape Town, staying with Freddie Sam down there, to being in the heart of Jakarta, staying with 12 dudes who are all have their hearts in the street game, doing some remarkable stuff in Indonesia with the organizing, but really roughing it out and just trying to live the dream per se. Showering out of a basin, and so it's gone from but it's always been a place with a home, so I haven't had to sleep on the street or anything like that. Nothing crazy, considering it's been 7 months. I haven't missed a flight or a train, fortunately. You're
very well produced.
Yeah, exactly.
You produce yourself very well. You're used to it, yeah.
Yeah, fuck, man. It's definitely been hectic from that regard. I've probably flown about 40, 50 some odd hours in the 7 months or so. But yeah, Argentina, same thing. I stayed actually with my real brother down there who goes by Nanook. And when we painted this actually recuperated factory, it was just a really amazing moment to get a sense of this remarkable movement that's happening down there. So, and in between then, I was in Arizona in the Navajo Reservation painting, and one of those drawings from the ceremonial objects. Okay.
That's live TV for you. Go on.
Just a Navajo Reservation, other places. So it's really just been letting the works and the places that I go to tell me what I need to paint, having all the research based on the places that I've been. So it's been a remarkable learning experience,
Great. You're in London now. Talk to me about what you're doing on these particular walls.
Well, we're at the Ravenscroft pub. We're on Ravenscroft Street, right down the block from Nelly Duff. I've been working with Nelly Duff for about 4 years now selling prints at their wonderful print shop that's just down, stone's throw away down Columbia Road. And so we figured, since I had my connecting flight through London via South Africa, since I was going to spend 2-3 months in Europe, might as well do something small and something that I could do while I was traveling. So everywhere I went, all of these drawings are different hands that signify, or that at least tell a story of people's survival as global economics and the world is completely changing, depending on certain neoliberal fiscal policies or whatever. So, a lot of focus on different migrations, how people are really just making ends meet, giving the economic factors in their lives. And
It's tough at the moment as well. Ever changing.
For sure, exactly. And so this is a really sort of incredible site to be able to do this kind of work, because we're talking about these economic shifts that then sort of define the culture of how these people are living and hanging on to their tradition, but simultaneously having to make ends meet in an extremely fast-paced, quick, modern, strange world. And then this pub is sort of like a throwback, if you will, to an older East End. And so we're mixing things up a bit, and we're very fortunate that Grant, who's running this pub here, has been open-minded to have an artist come and transform his space, do a mural on the outside, hang the work, and then hopefully the opening will be a real estuary of old East Enders who frequent this bar often, and people who never necessarily come inside to check out the space, check out the show, have a drink, create these strange social situations, using the artwork as a medium for these things. So right now we're painting the outside of the pub. You'll have Lou Betkin, who was one of 3 primary architects that had a firm, the others being Skinner and Bailey, and they did a lot of the council housing estates in London after the war. And so he'll be his face in the middle, which is what we're standing right in front of. And then we'll have an old East End resident on the right and a newer resident on the left looking at each other. Point being is that the architecture is what actually mediates our relationships with one another. Whether or not people are directly communicating, interacting, or whatnot, we all have to navigate these same spaces that are built by a certain architect's vision.
Sure. We're going to leave you very shortly, but we're going to come back and cover the actual opening night, which is is literally in 2 days. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
So we're going to finish off this conversation with the work on show, and talk a little bit further about where you're going from here.
Sure.
This is a double episode. This is 55 TV. This is GAIA. We've got to get back to some work now, so we'll catch you up with the other part on Thursday.